Amazing people, welcome to my platform. My name is Ndung'u. You are welcome to this platform. Every time we gather, there is always something to share, and I am privileged and happy that you joined us today. Who are new on this platform, we are all about relationships, motivation, and personal growth. If this is the kind of niche that you're interested in, consider staying tuned. And if you like the kind of content we are creating, even after the end of this video, do subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to share, comment, and like so that others like you can join this amazing community. When I was younger, my parents, especially my dad, does not like fish, the smell of it, or even the omenas. And we never really ate fish when we were at home with my parents. It wasn't part of the things that we put on our menu because, of course, daddy doesn't like the smell. And then, of course, when you cook, especially the omena, not just the smell, but even the plates, and he would take a really hard convincing to use the same plates when he's doing another dish, because according to him, he could still feel the smell of the omenas. So we never really cooked it. I loved the kitchen. I learned to cook, but I didn't know how to cook them because there was no opportunity for me to learn, because in our home we were not cooking that. So as much as I was training on cooking other meals, I wasn't really training on how to do omenas. And that was a challenge, because when we started cooking out with my friends, the first time I ate it, my face went like, what are these? The smell, because of how my dad used to react and say, I think it was forming a mentality in my head, and I really didn't like them. I really did not want to eat them or feel the taste of them. So when I went and grew up and I was in campus, a friend of mine invited me for lunch, and that guy cooked those omenas and they were tasting so delicious. That was the first time I ate. I really ate very little because I was skeptical. I was having issues already with my taste buds, because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna love this dish, so I'm not going to even eat a lot of it. That time I went to someone else's place and they had cooked them so badly. So by the time I was coming out with an experience of good omenas that I ate very kidogo, because I was like, those things look to taste badly. Then I go to another home where they are cooked so bad, they were so sour, and they had put water, so it was, and those things cannot form very heavy soup, especially if you put a lot of water. It's just messy. And then the soup itself is sour. They were tasting bad, so they got me back to my first opinion. Then fast forward, I'm living alone, and my friends start to introduce that dish to me again, and they taught me the process of cooking, of preparing, of how to prevent it from being sour, and why it is usually sour, and all these things. And I learned, and now we enjoy omenas in our home. And it was one of those things that my husband really did not like, because like me, he had his own share of bad experiences with people that cooked it badly. And of course the negativity that comes with it, that the eyes are looking at you, they are alive and all that, especially when the two heads are now dying after you cook them, and all these other things that of course we have issues with. If you have issues, you know. So why am I giving you these stories? These stories are to encourage you, and to encourage you in every situation that you're in. I was reminiscing as I was turning a year older, and the one thing I thought was like, I really am not good at being anything. For some of you that are being wives, it is your very first time to be a wife. You haven't wifed another man before, so it is challenging for you to juggle between being a wife, being a mom, being something, because all these duties are new to you. You might be a mom, of course, and you're like, I've done this before, and this is the second child or the third child. But the interesting thing I have learned also from other mothers is that every child is different, and they come with their different set of challenges and of course responsibilities. And of course, when they come, as much as things that occur in that child's life does not scare you, because at a certain time you are expecting teeth to come, so you're expecting fevers that come with a tooth and all these things, so you're kind of prepared. When it was the first time that you're doing it, it was really scary. You are calling everyone, being paranoid. Every time the child has a fever, you're quick to rush to hospital. Now, fourth child down the line, you've developed a hack on how you can deal with fevers and all these things. And the thing is that you are learning, and that is the important thing about life. So this is to encourage everyone, depending on the season that you're in. I used mothers, I used wives, because I also was in that space where I felt like I'm not being a very good wife. I'm not really doing my role. I'm not really hacking this thing. Because you feel like there's a certain expectation that you need to meet. As a mom, there's a certain expectation you need to meet. The way other people are raising their children, and you're trying to compare, maybe according to your financial status, and you're comparing yourself with someone who is doing better than you, and you feel like you're failing. But you need to know that it is not failure on your part. You are learning, and every learning curve teaches you something that is very helpful for you. I know that this channel focuses on motivation, on encouragement, and sometimes we do tips, we do steps that you can use to hack 1, 2, 3 things in life, how you can be motivated. We talk about how to be a wife, how to be a mom, how to be all these things in this platform. And there are times you will listen to me and you're like, Marion, you're just talking, because you have not been there. You do not know what I am going through. You do not know the challenges that I go through as a person. What you're saying is okay, but when it comes to the ground, things are different. But the interesting part is that you are not the only one that is struggling. You are not the only one that is going through what you're going through. I came to this platform to encourage you today that if it is your very first time to be a mother, if it is your very first time to be a wife, of course all of us have that journey. And even if you're in the second marriage, it is still a new relationship with that new person. So you're beginning your wife journey again. If you are doing a new job, everything is new, and you have to learn every other season. So don't feel like you're failing. Do not compare yourself. Do not compare your situations, because every time you compare yourself with someone else, you end up not enjoying your life. And the essence of you living is you enjoying every breath that God has given you under the sun. If you have gotten to this part of the video, I know that this is the kind of content that you are amazed and you love. So do this. Pause the video, run to the subscription button, click the subscription button and the bell that is just right next to it, so that you can be notified every time we upload. So talking about the things that we have eaten, I have also given a very good example concerning how I had an attitude towards the omenas, and I really did not like them, because there was no opportunity for me to even have the idea of what they taste like, how they smell like, because I just used to see them on the streets and I'd be like, because that is not something that our family does, so we are not gonna do this, and I'm not gonna eat that. And when I grew up, of course, and then I ate someone who cooked well and another one who cooked badly. The one who cooked badly influenced my opinion the more concerning the wrong attitude I had about that particular meal. But with time and with the right people around me, we changed my perspective and my opinion of that particular dish. And nowadays we enjoy it even in my family currently. What am I saying? I'm saying that there are things that already you have a mindset and an opinion about, and maybe your opinion is based on your background, is based on your past experiences, is based on things that you are familiar with, and you're like, you know what, where I'm coming from, we don't do that. Who I am, I don't do that. No, you know, my church, we don't do that. You know, me as who, we don't do that. And when you get some situations that really emphasize and enforce the values that you have, especially the negative ones, you are not really open for change and for growth. So if you are also in that category, that you know what, things have been a particular type of way and you like them that way. You need to be open also to receive new experiences, because unless you receive them, you cannot learn. One person cooked a very nice piece of omena and I ate kidogo because of my background, but I enjoyed. And I was looking now forward to even test another person's meal who would cook it probably better, because I still had not gained the confidence to go and buy and even try to cook. I didn't know how to prepare them. I didn't want to have a lot to eat, of course, and all those things. So I was just waiting on another experience. And the next experience that came was really bad and really gross. And that enforced my original opinion of like, I hate these things and I won't ever eat them again. But then life again threw me back to a place where the people around me and close to me at the time, when I was broke, for example, I had fly in the house and they could only bring that particular dish. We needed to learn how to hack it and how to enjoy it and how to eat it. So in the process of just learning from them, I learned how to prepare the meal. I learned how to enjoy it. And as I am saying, we normally do it. Sometimes you cook it and it comes out perfectly. It is not sour. It is amazing. Sometimes you cook and maybe it has a bit of sourness, but at the same time delicious. Sometimes you do the same process, but the same fish becomes so bitter you wonder, what did I do wrong? And every time I am open to learning and to growing and to better the skill of preparing them. So if life offers you challenges, if you have a particular opinion about that particular challenge, do not be so quick to throw it away, to throw it out of your system and be like, I'm done with that. I do not want that. I can't do that. We as Kambas don't do that. Me as Mijikenda, I can't do this. Me as Luya, I can't marry a Jaluo. Me as who, I can't do this. And all these things that we tell ourselves. Let's open up ourselves to learn new things, to experience new things, to grow, to diversify ourselves, because we need it and because it is an important part of who we are. Yeah.